Hi everyone, welcome here. My name is Janine Friesen. We are on to week 8 of the Real Women of Philadelphia contest. Today I'm going to be using the spreadable cream cheese. Today we're going to be making some absolutely fantastic, decadent, delicious, creamy chocolate tapioca pudding with raspberries. I'm glad you guys stopped by today. I love having you in my kitchen. Let's get cooking. Today I'm going to be making a creamy chocolate tapioca pudding. Now, tapioca pudding is kind of looked at as, you know, something you wouldn't serve to company, something you would serve on a cold day with soup. I find tapioca pudding to be very comforting. For some reason, when we have a cold day, if we have soup, I feel we have to have some kind of a pudding to go with it. Today we are actually having soup for supper, but that's not why I'm making this. I'm making this dessert to show you that you can take tapioca pudding and you can make it fancy enough to have for guests. When guests come over, you can make it for them. You can make it for your family when they come over. Everybody loves tapioca pudding. This just puts a new spin on it. We're going to be making it creamy with the Philadelphia cream cheese. We're going to be making it chocolate. We're going to be adding some espresso powder, some liqueur, and topping it with some whipped cream and raspberries. Now that does not sound like a kid's dessert to me. So to start with, we have 2.5 cups of milk. I'm just using 1% because that's what we have at home. To the milk, I'm going to be adding some quick cooked tapioca. That stuff cooks up a lot faster than some of the other stuff. I've got sugar. I've got eggs, 2 eggs. I'm also going to put in a pinch of salt. And I'm going to add half a container or 4 ounces of the Philadelphia cream cheese, the spreadable cream cheese that's been softened a bit. And by adding the cream cheese in there, we're really going to be upping the creaminess of this dish. I also have some espresso powder, and I'm just going to stir this up. You want to break the eggs and beat the eggs up and get the tapioca and the sugar mixed. Your cream cheese won't mix in right now. That will more melt in once we turn the heat on. Right now I just want to mix this together so that it can stand for about 5 minutes after you've mixed all the ingredients together. So as we're waiting for this, as it's sitting here and we're waiting for this to sit and do the magic it does, I have 2 blocks of unsweetened chocolate. I'm just going to take and chop them up. And that's what's going to give us our chocolate flavor. And chocolate always melts better when you chop it up first. So we're just going to give this a rough chop. Put this in there as well. So my quick cooked tapioca, my milk, my eggs, my Philadelphia cream cheese, my espresso powder, my chocolate have all sat for 5 minutes. Now I'm going to turn the heat up to medium. And I'm going to stir it constantly until it has thickened. So since I have about 15 minutes where I have to stay here and stir this, I thought I'd give you guys a little something to discuss while you waited for me to return. You guys are stranded on a desert island. You have no food, no clothing. You are only allowed to bring 1 kind of Philadelphia cream cheese. What kind would you bring? Discuss. Then let me know your answer. So I wanted to show you guys the consistency now that this has cooked up. Everything is melted together beautifully. The chocolate, the Philadelphia cream cheese. I'm going to add in about a tablespoon of almond liqueur and stir that in. I prefer my tapioca pudding to be warm, so I'm going to let this sit for about 15 minutes or so, and then we will plate it. Alright, now that you guys are done discussing which Philly you would take to a desert island, I'm going to plate our chocolate tapioca pudding. There is no way this is for kids. At least not just for kids. When your tapioca pudding is cooling, you want to stir it about twice while it's cooling in that 15-minute time, just to get the warm stuff moving again so it's not hot in the center and cold on the top. So I've chosen a martini glass to serve ours in. As you can see, it's really thick and creamy and chocolatey. Those are all good things in my books. we're going to set that aside. I have here some homemade whipped cream that I'm going to top it with. Some fresh raspberries. And also a few slivers of almonds, just so that people know that there is almond flavoring in there because we use the almond liqueur. This delicious, decadent dessert with the cream cheese, the chocolate, the raspberries, definitely good enough to serve to anybody, adults or kids. Maybe just use almond extract if you're serving to the kids though. I love how creamy and how chocolatey that tapioca pudding is, but it's not overly sweet, which is perfect. Thank you for stopping by today. I love having you guys in my kitchen. I love cooking for you, and I hope you enjoy seeing different recipes that can be made gluten-free or for the celiac in your life. Cheers.